Hey guys, for this week, which is week three's politics around the world's asynchronous discussion video, I've recently come across an article denoting that the declining voter turnout for France and how it could also impact future elections. So the article explains that recent local elections in France had um, surprisingly low voter turnout and a historical one at that, with over 40% of people choosing not to vote. And many citizens said that they have felt disconnected from the government, the political leaders, and the elected officials, and they have come to believe that their vote wouldn't make a difference or any change in the regime. This is important because it suggests that even in established democracies such as the ones that we have learned this week, participation can be weakening, which can change election outcomes and shift political power. It also ties back to our um, topic last week about government legitimacy, where legitimacy generally means that the citizens of a country or of a state believes that the government has the authority, the power, and the competency to maintain law and order. Whereas we can see that right now, the legitimacy in France is sadly declining. And again, this connects to our this week's topic regarding democracy. Democracy, as we have learned, requires three main components, which are accountability, participation, and contestation. The participation from this information that we gathered is clearly declining in France. People are allowed to vote, but many chose not to, which weakens the democratic system. Accountability becomes weaker when fewer people vote. Um, Again, leaders are no longer accountable to the entire population, um, but only to those who actually participate, right? So the proportion of real uh, electorates are declining, although the nominal electorates may be the same, right? They're most likely stagnant over the years, or they can even be increasing due to if there's population increases or things like that. But again, what matters more is the real electorates, which are clearly declining. And the third is that contestation still exists because elections are competitive. But if participation is low, that competition may not reflect the true preferences of society, right? Um, if, as stated and indicated by the article, the people believe that they do not have that much of a voice anymore, it may be due to the fact that there is not enough competition, not enough authentic and real competition between um, uh, officials. And finally, we can talk about the selectorate theory. The nominal electorate is everyone who has the right to vote, but the real electorate is the group that actually votes. And in this case, the real electorate is much smaller, right? Because turnout is low, as I've discussed previously. And from that, the winning coalition becomes smaller as well. This means political leaders may only need to satisfy a smaller group to stay in power rather than representing the broader population anymore. Which is, again, why it is the case that the people don't feel heard anymore. And how this connects to our case studies, it shows how leaders respond to incentives. If the winning coalition is small, then leaders may focus on policies that benefit specific groups instead of the general public. So overall, this article shows that democracy is not just about having elections. It's not just about um, establishing elections, but it depends on how many people actually want to participate and how power is distributed within the electorate.